Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this week's WARNO devblog with another bonus blog about a map. Apologies, we're a little bit late today as I've been out enjoying the sunny weather with my puppy. That mystical touching grass thing. So first up, let's talk about this new map called Surrounded, and it will be coming free in reinforcement pack number 9. This is a 3x3 kilometer squared map inspired by the rolling forested hills of southern West Germany. Been to this area, they do have lots of hills with lots of forests on. Anyhow, Surrounded is the first of a new set of battlefields to release at the same time as WARNO SOUTHAG. These new maps are all inspired by the terrain in the southwest of Germany or the border region of Czechoslovakia. In Surrounded's case, we took our inspiration from the Bavarian town called Erzlarn, near the West German Czechoslovakian frontier. This hilly forested region features urban areas on plateaus, while dense woods circle the map. Always look very pretty, these shots of these maps. When it comes to fighting on this new WARNO SOUTHAG theme map, commanders need to choose between holding terrain or going for grand encircling tactics. At the heart of the map lies a city across 2 elevated plateaus. These give a commanding view of the surrounding battlefield and can act as crucial strongpoints. Surrounded's real twist is the circular level design. Players can maneuver around this central urban sector using the forests on the edge of the battlefield. The natural corridors allow for unexpected flanking attacks or deep penetrating raids. Some additional balance went into Surrounded to level the playing field, with multiple higher plateaus on the edges of the map to offset the stronghold positions in the center. This means that the battlefield is pretty diverse when it comes to tactical options. More fun to come. We are currently also working on a 10v10 and destruction version of Surrounded. This map should release at the same time as SOUTHAG. Okay, and what about this week's actual devblog? Well, this week's devblog is all about the first operation coming with SOUTHAG, and that is Delayed Retribution. So, down in the SOUTHAG area, just for a bit of background, you're talking about combat between the French and West Germans with Canadians and reinforcing Spanish battle groups against the Czechoslovakian People's Army and the Soviet Central Group Forces. So, a good mix. And that kind of fits in with the divisions we already know about. So, Delayed Retribution's context. Well, the action of our first previewed operation, Delayed Retribution, takes place in Czechoslovakia proper, near the city of Plzeň on July 1st, 1989. This means almost a full week and a half has passed since the initial communist invasion further up north, as depicted in WARNO and WARNO SOUTHAG. So, for reasons we won't go into detail for yet, we will surely do this in the future, the French 6E division, Legre Blindé, manages to find a way behind the main screening forces of the Czechoslovakian First Armada, or First Army, and is in a great position to cut the communists off from their reinforcements further east. But in a turn of events, the Czechoslovakian 19th Motostrelka Division throws some delaying units in the French's way, hoping to contain the mobile French vanguard long enough for the 1st Armada's reserves, the 1st Tankova Division, to counterattack the cocky Frenchmen and kick them out of Czechoslovakian territory. Delayed Retribution in-game. So, in Delayed Retribution, you command a battle group of 6E Division Legre Blindé, the fast-moving, lightly armoured but lethal French task force. In this operation, they are the tip of the spear, using battle-hardened legionnaires supported by agile Legion AMX-10RCs. Their mission is to outmaneuver a more ponderous but heavily armed opponent, the Czechoslovakian 19th Motostrelka Division, reinforced by elements of the 1st Tankova Division. It's not going to be about firepower. This is a defensive operation at first for NATO. Stretched supply lines mean the French's advance position to the rear is tenuous at best, As a commander in this operation, you'll get to make a critical decision: bolster the front line with your reinforcements and weather the communist storm, or thin out the front but ensure that your command sectors are secured. You can push deep into enemy territory and hold out against counterattacks, denying the enemy the command points they need. Or will you act more cautiously and implement a defense in-depth strategy instead? There will be many ways and perhaps some patience. Only to strike in the latter parts of the battle will do any commander good when playing Delayed Retribution. In other words, don't go out and attack, is what they're saying. And that's literally the end of the blog, so thank you very much for joining me. It is a short one this week. I hope you all have a nice week. I hope it's nice weather wherever you are, and I'll see you all soon.